Hiya, welcome to a new short practice that will be nice if you struggle with some shoulder tension and upper back aches. I'm gonna use a belt. You can use any belt, dressing gown belt, work nicely, or scarf. It doesn't have to be a yoga belt. Just something wide enough like this. We're gonna begin in child's pose. So, come onto your hands and knees. Bring the tops of your feet down if you can. Maybe you can open your knees wider and then press your hips back as far as they go. They don't have to touch your heels at all. And then reach forwards and release your head and chest down. Few more breaths there in your child's pose. Maybe you can imagine your hips are getting heavier. If it feels uncomfortable to be there, you can try staying with your toes tucked. So while you're in your child's pose, you can take your right arm, thread it under, reaching to the left. Rest your head maybe on a side. Allow your chest to be heavy and find few breaths. One more breath on this side. And then switch to the other side. Few breaths there. And then bring your hand back to the front. So coming onto your hands and knees, and we're gonna start with some cat-cows. First, lift your head, arch your back, maybe inhaling there. And then round your spine, bring the chin towards your chest, cat pose. And continue with this movement. Rounding, arching, checking in. How is your back? How are your knees? And then maybe you can turn your hands so fingers are facing more towards your knees. I mean, as much as it's possible. And how about finding some cat cows there? So again, arching, rounding your back. Few more of those. Nice. And then sit back on your heels, release your hands, find a few circles. And then come back onto your hands and knees. And now open your hands wider and lower your right shoulder closer towards your left hand. Doesn't have to touch. Closer to the floor. And then lift up left shoulder towards your right hand. And continue like that. And when you lower your shoulder, maybe you can look to the side and then lift up, lower to the other side and look to the other side. So feel more like this, trying to access your upper back, shoulder area, how they are today. And slowly stop with this movement. Bring your hands back below your shoulders. And now, keeping your arms straight if you can. Let me do it this way. So, sink your chest down, trying to bring your shoulder blades closer towards each other. And then press your chest up, separating your shoulder blades. Few more rounds there, lowering and lifting your chest, but trying to move your shoulder blades. Are they moving? All right. Okay, So finishing with that movement, and we're gonna step your right foot forwards outside your right hand. And maybe you can get there in one big step. You might need to lift up and then bring your foot forwards. Doesn't matter how you get there. So I like to have roughly 90 degrees angle, like below my knee and everywhere. I feel that gives me stability, but check what's stable for you. You can always move your foot to make it more stable for yourself. And then bring your arms straight in front of you. And we're gonna find some twists here. So, starting with your left arm, start reaching back, following your hand with your gaze if you can. Spread your arms wide and then bring your arm forward. Two more like this, same side. Reach and open and bring your hand back to the front. Nice. Release your arms down, or actually, we can add nice side body stretch here. So you can rest your right forearm or hand on your right thigh, left arm overhead, and lean to the right, finding a side body stretch here, holding for a moment, and then slowly release your hands down, bring your knee back, and now let's move to the other side. So step your left foot forwards. Take your time to get there. There's no rush. If your knee is sensitive, you can pad with the blanket or towel, anything you have around you. So finding your stable legs position. We want this part to be quite solid to give you some balance. And then bring your arm straight in front of you. And now right arm is reaching back 3 times. So maybe inhaling here and exhale, reach back, open. And follow your hand with your gaze when you can. Slowly, 2 more rounds like this. So we kind of twist from the torso, hips are staying where they are, facing forwards. Nice. And whenever you finish your 3 rounds, slowly release your hands, fingertips down, bring your knee back. And now, release your hands down, and we're gonna find some circles with your arms. So you can do that on your hands and knees or in child's pose to make it harder. So let me show you. If you're doing it on your hands and knees, try to look down so your chest is in the same position, only arm is moving around. Biggest circle you can, and then reverse. Release on this side and same on the other side. So you can do one more time on each side, or I'm gonna demonstrate how to do it in a child's pose. So you find your child's pose, and then biggest circle you can, and slowly returning. And other arm. All right, finishing that. And we're gonna find seated position, maybe sitting on your heels if that feels comfortable to you. If not, maybe cross-legged position. Well, you can really even sit in a chair. So either, if you're using a belt, find your belt and spread your hands wide. If you don't have a belt, just keep your arms wide. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna lift the arms up and release them back behind you. And then return. And if you find that this is impossible to do, something is blocking you, you can separate your hands wider on your belt. And then it should be possible. If it's still not possible, bring them even wider. If this is super easy for you, bring your hands closer and try to do it this way. So breathing and moving your arms. Nice. And then release. Put your belt away. Find your shoulder rolls. And to the other side. And then we can find a few cat-cows here in any seated position. So first, pressing your chest forwards, looking up, rounding your back, bringing chin towards your chest. A few more like this. And then take your right arm, reach back, and land your hand somewhere behind you. Now fingertips. I can lower my fingertips and look back, finding a twist here. Stay with your chest twisted and slowly turn your head to the other side. You want to feel some side neck stretch. Okay, and then the rest of your chest follows, unravels back to the front. And then we're gonna find this twist on the other side. So now left arm reaches back, lands somewhere behind you, and you look back. And then slowly turn your head, only head. Look over other shoulder. And then return back to center. Shake it off, well done. Now, it might be nice to finish with a few neck rolls. So imagine your head is super heavy. You release your chin in towards your chest and then slowly start moving your head around. Really slowly, very heavy head. And then reverse to the other side. Imagine your shoulders are super heavy. One more to each side. When you finish, bring your arms out to the side. Extend your fingers out and try to rotate your arm. And then you might want to bring it forwards, the whole arm still rotating. How would that feel? Then you might want to try to bring your arm back behind you, shoulders down. If you don't like it, move to the place that feels more, comfortable to you. It can be quite intense. We might be pulling on some nerves in your arm. And then release, shake it off. Find your shoulder rolls again. And that's it for today. So thank you for joining me. I hope your shoulders and back are feeling a little bit lighter now. See you again.